What's up, y'all? Alvin here, and I'm back with another one of my super easy to tie, down and dirty, fish catching guide flies. And this fly may be the ugliest fly in the world. All right, so not only is this fly ugly, it's super easy to tie. But the most important thing about it is that fish love it. So this is a redfish fly, but you could probably catch bass on it. You could probably catch carp on it. There's probably a lot of other fish that would eat this fly. It is nothing special. It's just sort of like a muddler, sort of like a slider. But the thing is, it is super simple and easy to tie, super fast, and only two materials. I guess if you don't count the hook. All right, so anyway, today I am using one of my favorite hooks. Once again, is the Tiemco 811S, and this one happens to be in a size 1. Like most of these flies, you could tie it larger, you could tie it smaller, doesn't really matter. Whatever size you need, it'll work. And the color can vary as well. I have this one in a natural color. So that's really our only material is natural deer body hair and bead chain eyes. So like I said, super, super simple, but very effective. The fish love it. This is actually one of my go-tos when the redfish start getting picky. I'll grab this guy and they seem to like it. All right, so let's get after it. First thing we're gonna do is attach our thread, and I like to attach the eye a little bit further back from the eye of the hook, a little bit further back than you would say with the clouser, because we're gonna have some deer hair in front of the eye to give it a little bit more of a head. All right, so we got our hook attached, and we got our eyes attached to the hook. We got our thread, and we're gonna get our first clump of deer hair. Now this is gonna kind of be the back part of the body as well as the tail. So we're gonna leave this one kind of long. So if you've got some longer body hair, this is where you would wanna use it. The rest of it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna clean that up a little bit, but I am not gonna worry about stacking this deer hair. I'm just gonna put it on there as is. This first clump, I'm gonna attach it right behind the eyes. So I'm gonna give it 1, 2, and 3. And I'm not gonna really let this one spin. So I'm just gonna sort of let it flare in place because I do want to get most of this first clump of hair to stay on top of the hook. We'll trim it a little bit later to kind of give it more of a tail or a wing, but there's the first clump of deer hair. I'm gonna go ahead and come in front of the eyes and attach my second clump. Now this one, I'm gonna do more of the kind of traditional. I'm gonna actually let this hair flare out a little bit more and spin it around the hook. So I'm gonna do 1 wrap, 2 wraps, and then on the third one, I'm gonna let it go ahead and spin. And I'm not really concerned at all about how neat it is. Kind of part of the beauty of this fly. So I'm gonna push that one back, put a couple of wraps in front of there. I'm gonna attach one more small clump of deer hair in front of that one. So total, just 3 clumps of deer hair. That one there, same thing, 1, 2, and then let it spin when you tighten it down on that third one. And this thing just looks terrible. And that's kind of the idea. Go ahead and do a few wraps in the front, All right, so the only thing left now is to whip finish it. Well, whip finish it and then trim it. Not too worried about a few random hairs flying around. All right, so I'm gonna trim the bottom really flat. So I'm gonna try to get most of the hair off of the bottom because I do want the fly to ride hook point up. Trim it quite a bit on the side as well. So basically we're just getting rid of most of the deer hair on the front of it. And we're just gonna have a lot of the deer hair in the back for the tail or the wing or the body or whatever you want to call it. Trim it off nice and flat on the bottom. I think that helps the fly ride hook point up. And you can trim it as much or as little as you want, but that is usually about where I stop. So like I said, this is an ugly little fly, but fish love it. We'll be throwing these at redfish probably tomorrow. It's a great fly because it lands pretty soft. It's got a nice profile. It's not very heavy, but it does push quite a bit of water because of the bulky head on it. And yeah, it is super, super easy to tie. And it just kind of proves a point. You really don't have to put a lot of time and effort into a fly to catch fish on it. We've caught tons of fish on this fly, and I don't think there's anything that's easier to tie. So don't be intimidated. All right, y'all. I want to thank you once again for watching the video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have not, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next one. And in the meantime, good luck on the water.